Listen, there's something about you that's about to get revealed, and this may shock you also. This is becoming impossible to hide, and I think that this revelation is coming from where you expect it least. So definitely expect the unexpected, friends. So if you're drawn to this reading, let's find out what is about to reveal about you. Take a deep breath, don't overthink, but choose a hair clip, okay? Shout out to this Pink Panther hair restoration journey, healing traction alopecia. And if you want to see a Renaissance wig transformation, follow me over on XO Felicia Nutri's Diaries. Those videos should be coming a little bit after this one probably, but choose a hair clip. LOL. If you that girl, if you like, these hair clips are like such it girl hair clips, like that girl, it girl, clean girl, hair routine girls. LOL. I love that. If you were drawn to this reading, you probably have pretty ass hair, but let's get into it. Thank you guys so much for being here. Choose your hair clip and let's hop into your selection. Hi group 1, welcome to your selection. So let's find out what's about to get revealed about you. Okay, what does it mean to reveal? Okay, to uncover, to possibly discover something, a truth that has been hidden. What is about to be revealed about you particularly, friend? Okay, something that's impossible to hide. You might be revealing something, you might be sharing something for the first time, you guys might be delivering something, or people will just notice a change. People could just notice a change in you. Okay, so this is a little bit different than what are people realizing about you, because this could be something that you probably have been trying to like hide or something. But we'll get into it. What's about to be revealed, okay, about your group 1? What's about to be revealed about you? Someone's name starts with the letter B. Okay, someone's about to reveal the true. I'm hearing something where something is about to become, I don't know, this feels like something where this situation was shorter than expected is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing something where something happened shorter than expected, or someone's tenure was shorter than expected. Maybe this was people, you might have thought that this was going to take a longer time, okay, because this might even be something that happened, in your ancestry and foundation from when you were a child. And some of you guys, you really had this, I don't know, I keep hearing hole, but I keep feeling like there's this gap, or this hole, or this missing link, or this missing information. And there's a big gap. Like, I feel like what's about to be revealed it feels like a crown, but I think that people will understand that it's instructions as well. I also feel like what's about to be revealed about you, where you sleep could be, people could be revealing where you're about to reveal where you sleep, or where someone, like where you have been getting cared for, and they will feel like you guys are really, really entangled or something like that. What could be, I'm just channeling messages before we get into the cards. What could be revealed about you? Something that honors you. I think that there's definitely a possibility of a good outcome here, but some of you guys, what is about to be revealed about you, or revealed about a situation, may involve something hidden, a disconnect or discord coming from your home. Your home could be getting revealed. Someone's lack of merit, or there's a big gap in a timeline that shows that someone is like lacking merit or something like that. Okay, so what is about to get revealed about you, group 1? Okay, peace. Okay, what's about to get revealed about you? Change. And then skills. I don't know why, but it's like something that you guys, it felt like someone here thought that they underestimated your potential. Some of them could have underestimated your potential, or they could have, you were spiritual in your approach, and someone may have thought that they were smarter than you, and it turns out that they're not considered smarter than you, okay? A lot of them think that they could have tried to do something. What's getting revealed about you, people might think that you handled this situation with a lot of skill, because it could have been something that could have taken your peace, especially if it was like, of course someone could have been considered more smart than you, or like more experienced than you, if something happened negatively when you were a child. I'm hearing that you came around all hugs and kisses, and what's getting revealed is someone who, I think that like something changes in the relationship when you show, like, it's like something changes in the relationship or a situation. People will see that what's about to get revealed about you is like that you were the true skill in the situation. So it's not that someone was outsmarting you, it's someone was abusing their authority. It's like someone could have been, they did something cheesy is what I'm hearing. And then when this gets revealed, people will follow this instruction, or they will know that what is getting revealed diminishes this other thing, okay? It's like, especially when they thought that they were doing something that they like, something where they thought that they were going to take your peace, by like, creating some type of change, stealing something, or acting like they had the true skill. Some of them, they did not, like I said, there's a time gap, or there's like this, they were not expecting something to happen so fast, so fast. Your impact was like, some of you guys, you had a really, really big impact really, really fast. And they thought that this would take you, they thought that this karma would take an eternity, and something changed. What's about to reveal is a change that you might have handled it with like a skill or a strategy to make sure that something doesn't take your peace, for one, and two, to like out impact something is what I'm hearing, okay? Out impact something, okay? Some of you guys, you might have done something with your hair. Some of you guys, what you're about to reveal is a new hairstyle, or a change to your hairstyle, okay? A change to your hair that shows that you have a lot of peace around like the way your hair, or the way that you look, okay? What's about to be revealed about you, okay? I feel like some of you guys with this cat energy, you've been really detached in the situation, or you just took these as instructions. This is what I'm hearing. Something where you just took it as instructions. And I think that when they underestimated your potential, or your ability to apply knowledge in the instructions, and something that you guys did, you changed really, really fast. It's like their skill that they may have displayed, in like a 10-year, 15, 20-year period, is something that you mastered in a very short amount of time. Someone's name starts with letter A or B. The way that you master what your reveal about you is going to show that you had a skill for doing something very, very quickly, and that you didn't need like a decade, or 13, 14 years of experience, 20 years of experience to master this skill. And a lot of you guys, these people who have more experience than you, or thought that they outsmarted you in a certain type of way, they really weren't fair. If we want to be honest, they thought that they were doing something. It's not outsmarting someone if you're not fair about it. I think that's like the big thing that Grok and Elon Musk robot is missing, is that a lot of this rivalry energy or competitive energy is a situation where someone isn't putting you in a fair dynamic, okay? Like they want you to compete with someone's theater, or they want you to compete with, they want you with a disability or a trauma to compete with something superficial. It's like something where these people had unrealistic expectations, and what is revealed next about you will show that you were very at peace and very detached in the situation. But certain things started to change, and it helped you understand that a lot of these people were trying to do something to take your peace. Like if they thought they had more skill or more experience, something happened really, really fast, friend. You changed and grew very fast, and you got peace. Yeah, something where they started to fight over a man, okay? And the high honor that a man gives you, okay? They especially when they it's like something that they see that you got a really, really high honor from a man, and they try to do something to steal honor, or they try to do something to mimic your skills. Like they keep trying to mimic your theater, your skills, and your design. Someone's name starts with the letter P, and they're all doing this because like they're doing this jealous, catty, and manipulative behavior, all because of a man that gave you high honor. Okay, some of you guys, this is your ex. You're not even with the man anymore, and they're still mad about the gift that the man gave you or the high honor that the man gave you. It's something where they see that you calculated something and you did it with a lot of skill, right? And they were all mad, right, about a man. Okay, um some of you guys, you were very detached from this man, or this man was showering you with gifts and fortunes, and I think that you just were detached as hell, or you were away working, and this man started to discord also. So if this man didn't follow through on something, or they didn't support, is because they got mad too, just like a jealous, catty, and manipulative woman. Okay, what's about to be revealed about you is that something where this man they're going to reveal a high honor of you, is what I'm hearing. Your ex, they're going to reveal a high honor of you, and this is going to make peace with in your home and in your theater, because while you've been away detached, you've been really focused on this skill. And I think that this could have, I think that you had a lot of high standards around how you meet this person's. I'm hearing something where a man had really, really high expectations of you, and a lot of you guys, you were like, you see this cheetah print paw on her chest. It's like something where you literally, some of you guys just, you honed a skill very fast and made peace with whoever was trying to conflict with you because of a man. Some of them, they tried to steal identity, steal flavor, juice, they tried to steal this man. They tried to steal skills. They tried to act like they could have been in, like, doing this for 15, 10, 15, 20 years, and still did not hone a skill. Like someone, especially some of these pole dancers, if they're like the OGs or from the ancestry, these people they never really honed a skill. Their lines are not fully straight, and a lot of these are like the black girls pole. Okay, they really don't have the skill. Okay, their lines are not straight, and they've been doing it for a long time. And a lot of them are into the performance, where other cultural groups, I'm not going to make it about culture, but a lot of other people have focused on straight lines, have focused on flexibility, have focused on healing, using it for a hobby and not chasing like a performance in a theater. Okay, so what's about to get revealed of you is a high honor that may very well be the theater, and it's going to dismantle these people in the environment that claim to be having these experiences and skills, because they're going to know that this happened very, very fast for you, because you could have been put under a lot of pressure from a man, is what I'm hearing. And they're very pissed. They're saying that this man was very influential over your career, your work, or over your skill or something like that, like because of a high honor that they gave you. Okay, some of you guys, this is your spouse, your long-term spouse. This is your partner. Okay, or this is a community with this man as well. And I just feel like, in this situation, they got jealous as hell because they couldn't hone the skill. It wasn't just about the man giving you the high honor. It was the man that put that pressure on you that helped you get to this point, right? It's always about the man that provides the logic, structure, and support. And they got jealous. Okay, so what's about to reveal is that a lot of what they're doing, like your high honor or your skill, is going to show that you were the true skill and merit in a situation, and that's going to give you peace when they reveal you. Okay, because these people thought that they were going to get away. Like, I don't know if they thought that they were going to get away, but some of them, they tried to try to con and scam people. And when people see that this is your art, or that this is your honor, and you're the true skill, people are going to feel that this is a strict instruction that they need to follow, because they'll realize that they got conned and scammed by something else. So what's about to be revealed is is a high honor from a man that puts that, where it's not going to be nobody's going to dispute the skill anymore. They're not going to dispute the beauty, especially because they know that you're approaching it from with a lot of peace. I also feel like these people, they really try to do something con artistry. And so when they see that when you come in, it's going to change how they relate to these other people who thought that they had skills and honor in a situation. It's going to lessen and diminish. Okay, so that's what I'm saying about what's about to be revealed about you. Let's get a few more messages. Something became like unclear is what I'm hearing. Okay, especially if there was a discord between you and this man, they gave you a high honor and then they may have started fighting you. Some of them, they really want to, they really want to tear you guys apart. They don't want you guys to have peace in your relationship together. Okay. And they know that, they know that it's a high honor. And when they reveal this, okay, but when this change, whatever change that needs to happen happens, it's a high honor. So it's not anything, it's like so much peace that you'll have. Okay, some of you guys are fluid and you could have just been struggling with your self-image a lot your whole life. But when you got this high honor from this man, some of you they gave it to you and you didn't have to do much, is what I'm hearing. Okay, or some of them, they gave it to you when your hair was short, or they gave it to you when you were, more thuggish, ruggish bone or something like that. Like they gave it to you when you were, some of you guys, you could have been like struggling with something else or healing from something else, and this man gave you a high honor, and they feel like they secured you when they did this. Okay, so what this reveals about you, this high honor that you get from this man, is it pisses so many people off because you're very validated. Okay, it's not just about your beauty or the way that you look. It's just about the whole skill, the whole situation for him. It just brings you peace and secures you for the rest of your life, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so when people see that this high honor, they know that it's, when you get this high honor from this man, there's no more, this is the instruction, is what I'm hearing, for the skills. That these other teachers in the environment, those are con artists. Okay, or people that were trying to struggle for power. They were mad because they couldn't hone a skill. They were mad because you came around very, very fast and got the high honor of this man. Okay, you just really out strategized them. So no, they weren't considered smarter. Okay, they were you actually made them look like losers. Okay, and something that they were doing, they could have been trying to steal your high honor by pretending that they had the skill or to create negative changes in your life. But this honor from this high man, they gave you peace, is what I'm hearing. Okay, there was no more of you questioning your beauty anymore, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so that was really beautiful, friends. Okay, what's about to reveal? Yeah, pretty hurts. Yeah, they were just mad because this man honored you for being beautiful. And having skill. Everything about you was beautiful, friend. It wasn't just like I said, it wasn't just about how you looked. But when they loved you, this love was very pretty, is what I'm hearing. This high honor from a man is very pretty. Something where it could involve, it could involve a theater, okay, or involve a commercial where they just honor you, or they give you freedom, is what I'm hearing, friend. Archangel Zachiel. This man gave you freedom. They gave you something that you needed to free yourself to move forward in life. This high honor protected you while you were honing your skill, or it protected you from some woman in the environment that was trying to, that was trying to commit sins, is what I'm hearing. A negative woman with a negative attitude. And when they reveal this, it's going to show this woman the sin, okay? And that you were the freedom, benevolence, and mercy, okay? This man is merciful, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that they give you this high honor. A lot of them, they know that you're struggling with a drug addiction, perhaps, or this is them. Or they know that you have a lot of pain, yeah? What you're about to reveal is more like, what's about to be revealed about you is more of your empire. Your empire is shutting it down as the skill and the instructions that they need to follow. A Renaissance institution, bitch. Welcome in. Big changes are going to happen to other people's honor, okay? Especially the people who couldn't overcome their addictions or behavioral patterns. Like I said, they're 13, 20 years in the game and they still lacking. You know what I'm saying? Still lacking, still not in peace, still not bagged up, still not married, still not given an honor by a man, is what I'm hearing.
And even if they do have honor from a man, something changed about their honor with a man, okay? So these people have hated you because you know, this honor of a man was very pretty, friend, okay? And so they reloaded you and made you an empire is what I'm hearing, okay? Your empire is reloaded and receiving a high-ass honor. This is like you're at so much peace because of, I don't want to say a man gave you confidence, but I think that you were just, it was the gift of freedom, friend. It wasn't just about, oh, let me appeal to your beauty and work, right? It was the benevolence that they extended towards you, that even if they end up fighting in the end, their intentions were very, very good, is what I'm hearing, okay? And they gave some where they gave you freedom. They gave you financial freedom when they did this, or they knew that it might, like, I don't know if they knew this, but it's like something where you could have ran into a challenge in the network. And this person gave you a VIP network. They gave you the highest honor, is what I'm hearing, okay? And so, you know, these people who tried to compete, you know, their empires could not compete for this with this high honor from a man, because especially if these are other women, they just, you know, I don't want to sound sexist, or that I'm appealing to the male gaze, but a lot of the men have more power and money. That's just a fact of life. And so these women that their organizations could not compete with this high honor of a man, is what I'm hearing. And this reveal is going to diminish their empire, okay? For one, because it shows that they were not benevolent when they tried to do something negative to you, okay? Oh well. And they were like, look at the peace that this man gave me. That's the most beautiful gift that I could ever receive. And you're just sitting there mad, you know, trying to scrap up some words to copy someone's branding, and it's literally trademarked, or it's literally like protected under, like, you know, and prescribed by the law. And then you also meet them with like 100% skill as well, and they just look like an idiot. You know, I think that was what gets revealed actually makes it really diminishes them, because they should have, like, it diminishes them because people will see that as the instruction to follow, Fran, and it's going to be like they were just trying to act like they had a good instruction, that they were trying to act like they were benevolent, but they were really chasing an image, okay, or something like pretty like, or something like that, okay? So what's about to be revealed about your group one? Okay, what's about to be revealed? Because, you know, they were really trying to take peace, is what I'm hearing. Or they could not have peace because, you know, of this situation you have with this man. Okay, they could not have peace because of the high honor from this man, and so you couldn't have a relationship with them. The Page of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, these are the people in the environment that tried to sabotage your plans. Like, they tried to act like they had the skill or the merit in the situation, and something that you do to this reveal is, you know, what this reveals about you is your empire was the instruction and the methodology and the benevolence and the freedom and the mercy, and that these other people were just saboteurs that weren't really merciful. They weren't really benevolent. You know, something about you, your skill liberates people. Your skill is benevolent. It helps people. Maybe you are the celestial healer. And that these other people never really had a methodology in place, or they never had a plan in place, especially when they never mastered the skill. They never finished training. They never straightened their lines. They were more concerned with a performance, a costume, a man, okay? And they were just trying to sabotage plans, is what I'm hearing, okay? So, yeah, the Three of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, the teamwork broke down with these people. I think that, like I said, like, could be a network of people doing the same thing, or the people who could have gotten honor. But I think that, you know, what we reveal next is that some of you guys, you might choose not to work with this man because of how the network becomes unsecured. You might not want to reveal with this man. But some of you guys, what it will reveal is that these people were trying to sabotage you for being pretty, that they actually were not collaborative in a team effort, and that they weren't merciful to these people who were in these same positions. Especially if you do something in the healing arts, they were not trying to heal people for real, okay? They were doing it for their selfish and intense desire. And, you know, to each their own, right? Some people, you know, they have their reasons, or they have addictions. But these are people that you're not working with, or people who have honor in the network, that they will not be able to compete with your empire, or they will not work with your empire, okay? This reveal will make people not work with them and show that they were just like these Page of Pentacles in the reverse, that were sinning and not actually having a liberty or a sensibility of dishonor. Okay, they weren't really sensible because they didn't have the skill for real. We weren't really working with them, lol. But we were trying to wait to see. I think with the King of Wands, we were trying to wait to see if they would mature. And I just think that the teamwork broke down after they started to like fight about a man. Okay. Yeah, the Six of Cups. Right? So yeah, these people, I think that you have these fond memories or nostalgia with them because they were knocking off the skill, but they never followed through with giving you high honor, is what I'm hearing. Okay, this reveal is going to solve a problem with you, or going to reload your empire from the places where you were supposed to get honor. And you might have the Six of Cups with them, like someone's name starts with letter P, R, S, J, B. You were supposed to have an honor with them, is what I'm hearing. N, but they sabotaged the plans by not following through with the honor, okay, or not revealing something because they were trying to compete for who. They didn't want people to know that they didn't have the skill for real, okay, or that you did this so fast. It offended a lot of people, okay, something where you did something so fast, okay. They thought that you were struggling with a drug addiction and you just were not interested in them, not working with them, and honing a skill very fast. I think some of you guys wanted to wait to see if they would apply your instructions and that they would, they would be a part of the high honor too, but I just don't think that that's going to happen, okay? Because you were pretty, and your situation with this man is pretty, your empire very, very pretty, and so a lot of people they have to turn to God so that they can overcome their pain and sin, okay? They're not actually going to be able to collaborate with you, okay? Yeah, the Empress, right? I think that they are receptive to you, right? But I think that with this Ten of Swords energy, when you see that it's about this man, I think that you kind of decide, like, I think that you were like, oh, I wanted to work with you guys, or I wanted to help you. I want you to follow these instructions of the skill that I developed around this high honor and stuff like that with this man. But they were just, some of them are literally drug addicts, or they literally are, they literally fell apart, is what I'm hearing. The group fell apart. The studio fell apart. The long-lasting legacy of 20 years started falling apart, is what I'm hearing, okay? You were the Empress in a situation. You were the Divine Feminine in a situation. You were the one given a crown. And I just like keep looking at this Empress's face. Like, look how bitter the Empress, I'm not going to say the Empress looks bitter, but it's kind of like, you're receptive and you have fondness there too. But when you realize it was because you were pretty and that they didn't want to, like, they wanted to compete for skill because of the man, I think that it's bittersweet. This reveal is bittersweet, okay? I think that, some of you guys, what's about to be revealed about you is that, these people never really had a plan, okay? They never really planned on, being an empire. They never planned on being successful. They never, I think that they were just, it's just very painful because a lot of them were really, really unfair as well, okay? And so they tried to compete for skills and they were just lacking a lot, okay? And so it became very, very, okay, I think it became a very grim situation, or it became bittersweet around this high honor, because kind of just, the groups and troops fell apart, is what I'm hearing, friend, okay? So let's get your advice card for what's about to get revealed about you. How can you handle this turbulent energy coming up? Because we know that there are people around. I think that some of them, they literally started having sex. Some of them, they literally started asking for sex. So to try to like get this person to turn on you too. It's like they tried to get this person to turn on you too. And I just don't see that happening, okay? So, what's your advice on this situation, friend? Okay. The Pileated Woodpecker, persistence and determination. I think that some of you guys, you were the persistent and determined one with the Empress, okay? And some of you guys, you still have more work to do, or you're still healing, okay, from the pain of these saboteurs, right? They just, I think that what they learned, it was like, at the end of the day, they were like, oh, it wasn't about the man, it wasn't about the pretty. It was simply that you got this high honor because you were persistent and determined. And they just, failed, okay, really bad, and what's about to be revealed about you will show everybody that they were not persistent, determined, and that they failed, okay? That's what I'm seeing, group 1. Let me know how this resonates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your selection. So you chose the yellow flower clip. So let's hop into what is about to be revealed about you. Okay, what's about to be revealed about you? Welcome into another pick a card reading. I appreciate you guys for being here. Okay. So, what's about to be revealed about you, group 2? Okay, what's about to get revealed about you? Okay. Group 2. Okay. Instinct. Hustle. Okay, period. And then we have guidance. Okay. Y'all, this is hilarious because this feels like a story where somebody could not out hustle you. Okay? Yeah. Somebody could not out hustle you. I think that what's about to be revealed about you is that you follow your instincts and that you're a hustler and that you're divinely guided. I think that's something where people, what they realize about you is something that you like when they, I don't know what they, I'm not gonna say realize, but what's revealed about you in a situation is, I think that you kind of, you might say something too fast, or you might slip a little bit, and then, but it's like only after you hustle something is what I'm hearing. Okay. Some of you guys, you come like they see this after you come around, and you could have on a new necklace, a new hairstyle, new earrings, something different, some jewelry that they never seen you in before, or you come into some unexpected money. You come like you're showing up with the results of the money that you found or something like that. When people, it's like, so I don't know what is revealed is a bar that you set, like a hustling bar that you set. And we're not gonna say that like hustling is the way to go, because I definitely don't like hustling, but I think that there's a hustle just in how you approach your life. Like when you wake up in the morning and you hop out of bed, you're hustling to get out of that bed. Is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you hustling to get out of bed. You hustling to get to your first item on your to-do list. You're hustling to get started with your routine, meeting your schedule, meeting your deadlines. Okay. And somebody, if you guys have this hustling lifestyle, you might have a creative lifestyle, artistic lifestyle, where you might be working for little to no money, or you might have like, cash is tight. Okay. But a lot of you guys, you follow your instincts about how to get money. And some of you guys, you follow your instincts on, and you ran into a hustle, is what I'm hearing, okay? So what's about to be revealed is this hustle that you just followed your instinct about. I also think that some of you guys may have revealed this when you could have said something too fast, or you could have hustled this person, or something where you could have hustled them, or you could have you were guided. It's like I think that you were definitely guided to this person, but I think that what's revealed is that it's revealed on instinct. Okay, maybe you don't mean to share with them all the information. Especially if you guys are hustlers, you don't share all the information on how you hustle something. But for others, they start to see you. They start to see it as something fair. Okay. So what's about to be revealed about your group 2? I'm hearing the results of this recent hustle that you were guided into recently, something where you recently trusted your instincts, or you are in a position of trusting your instincts and you're divinely guided. It's like something where every day is a different hustle. So it's like something where if they felt like, I don't know, where they wanna know your availability, or they wanna know your schedule. They wanna know how much things cost you and how you pay for things. Y'all, something about every day is a different hustle. Some of you guys, you literally don't have a plan for how you're doing things. You're just divinely guided and you take those actions on an instinct. So people, what's revealing is that they can't. It's like you can't out hustle you, group 2. They can't out hustle you, friend. Okay. Oh, a good gent, so cute. Okay. Um, a good gent notices that you're a hustler. Maybe they do something for you, or they give you some unexpected money. You were guided to a good gent, is what I'm hearing. You were guided to them. So, but anyways, I definitely feel like what's revealing about you is this instinctual hustle, right? That people are realizing and revealing. Like what they're realizing in this reveal is you don't talk about what you do, or you don't let people know how you hustle. You don't let people know how you make your money, is what I'm hearing. Okay, because a lot of it is just their instincts, and everyone has to have their own hustle. You got to follow your own instincts. And some of these people, if they were looking to put your plan in place or something like that, they were looking to copy, strategize, see how they can do what you do, they just are not successful at it, because you guys are divinely guided, divinely protected, and you rely on your instincts. These people, they don't know how you come into all this money all the time. Okay, some of you guys, you make a lot of money. Maybe you make it as a spicy accountant, a scripper, or a performer of the sorts. But some of you guys, there literally is money coming from everywhere, is what I'm hearing. Okay, somebody, a good gent, you had an instant, something about what you're about to reveal. You could be revealing this good gent that made it rain for you, is what I'm hearing. Someone came in and gave you everything they had, or they just helped you remember how prosperous you are. Okay, yeah, that's the good outcome. True love. Okay, it's like something where you hustled this person from in their house or something like that. Y'all, you hustled this person in their house or something like that, and if you were a siren and they could not resist you, friend. So, and sometimes with the siren, you could be really, the siren sometimes gets a lot of attention for the wrong reasons. Like, you could get, I think that you in this house with this person, you guys gelled with one another. I think that you guys totally, it's like, I'm hearing thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys say thank you to each other a lot. You ask each other for things, is what I'm hearing in the house. You take each other's advice, and I'm hearing that you work together on projects in the house as well. And I think that this house that you could have in a situation, you hustled this house, is what I'm hearing. Some of you guys, you hustled this house, and it could be real hard, being a hustler and having to pay these bills that are on schedule and stuff like that. But some of you guys, you got this house because you were a siren, and this is like a lot of times, especially with this hustling card come out, y'all could feel like cash sirens. I don't know why you guys feel like cash sirens, especially when you come up with so much money. They be like, damn, like, friend, you made all that? You be like, yeah, friend, okay. Divine feminine energy. It's because you divine feminine, friend. Sometimes the siren can get like attention for the wrong reasons. Like you can get attention for not having a house, or you can get attention for not having enough money to secure a house. Okay, as a siren, you're just guided, right? And you're like, I'm just taking my guided steps, and then people could really be like, paying attention to you for that very reason as to why you're acting on instincts and taking guidance, and you're just like, they're just like, they have a lot of opinions on how you should be making money and what you should do for work and what you should do with your free time. And a lot of you are just like, I'm instinctually drawn to these money opportunities. And a lot of you guys, you ran into a hustle. Some of you guys, you started hustling someone or something, and it was very prosperous. Maybe you guys started living together, or you guys found true love. Like, it was a good outcome. You guys really did find true love, a good outcome. They gave you enough money for a house, is what I'm hearing. Okay, we have Mars energy. Some of you guys, things could have gotten aggressive in this house because you guys are a hustler, and some of y'all have been in many phases and cycles with, in this house where you were just guided into it. Okay, yeah, marriage. I think that a lot of you, this does mean that you might, what you're about to reveal, what's about to be revealed about you is that you're about to get married to someone who can't resist you. And even if you did hustle them at first, it was a good outcome. You might start laughing and be like, haha, I was just hustling you. I was just hustling you at first. That was just a phase, friend. That was just a phase. I didn't mean to hustle you there. But I think that something happened. Like I said, some of you guys may have jailed in this house, or there was like a fast, situation, or things may have happened, move very fast. Maybe you guys took it to the next level very fast. But I think that, someone else was around the house trying to, compete too for marriage, and they could not out hustle you in a situation. I think that you guys have been hustling to fight good to prevail over evil, and I think that if you hustled, what was revealing is that something that you did to hustle them, and a good outcome is marriage, is because you're like, look, I needed this protection, or I needed this. You were supporting me, in a time I had to be exceptionally strong. Something where you may have faced violence, aggression, some big challenges. And I think that the good outcome is that you were honored in this situation. Okay. So the many phases and cycles, especially in this hustling lifestyle, people could become brutally violent. And so some of you guys, this situation could have turned violent, or could have turned negative, or there could have been a competition, especially because you were, I don't know, it could have been a competition, or it could have been, something where happens is that you show something exceptional in the situation. It wasn't just about, what's revealing is that you show an exceptional hustle, an exceptional instinct, an exceptional amount of guidance that is so far advanced than most of these people. Okay. A lot of you just have had a lot more ambition than a lot of these people, and so some of these people are, and you're ambitious, and people get aggressive when they see you sitting. Is what I'm hearing. They see you the way that you're sitting yourself, and some of you, they can tell that you're doing something important on your phone or on a computer, or the way that you're dressed. It would suggest that you are passionate, determined, and maybe even facing a challenge. With the siren energy, it's like you're in this situation, especially with like I said, cash sirens are, you definitely need that cash. It's not a situation where you're like, oh, you're prepared, or a situation where some of you guys could be prepared, but it's like a situation where you need to rely on your instincts a lot, because you might have been caught without security, or you may have been facing a big challenge around your material self, and you've been getting to that money, right? A lot of you ran into a hustle, and you were instinctually drawn to this person, and you guys may have instinctually jailed, or moved into a house and got married, is what I'm hearing. And this was the good outcome, because you guys have been silenced. Some of that means that you were totally lacking security, like a strong foundation, wealth, and some of it could just be like you're very passionate. So that's it's hard, and it can sometimes be a negative perception. But something happens. What's revealing is that something happens, something exceptional is revealed. Okay, marriage, or the good outcome to a competition. Okay, the good outcome to something that got aggressive or brutally violent. The good outcome to something that you need to stand up to. Okay. But I do feel like some of this could be, this siren. You could get a lot of attention for not having a house, or attention for the way that you navigate around your house. It could, signal about your house, and I think that they end up being people that they project their expectations about your house. When a lot of you guys, you could be in a situation where you're like, people don't expect you to have so much money, or they don't expect you to have a house, or they don't expect you to have marriage, or this is an environment where people want to compete for those things, and you were divinely guided and out hustled whoever was like in this situation, okay? And things may have gotten violent is what I'm hearing. Okay, a situation, especially hustlers, they can meet violence because there's a competition for the hustle, okay, a competition for the house. But a lot of these people just got aggressive because they weren't hustling, or they didn't have enough ambition themselves, and you needed to stand up to something around your relationship where you may have been putting off this siren in this house, where it was like a huge signal that you could have been sick, or that you were facing a challenge, so it becomes clear. And I think that these people see you standing up to a challenge, whether you're getting married or in a house or not. I think that they become aggressive because they're not as ambitious and driven as you. And so your passion and drive and determination is misread, is what I'm hearing. And then what is revealed to them is that this hustle or instinct and guidance is actually something exceptional. They were like, oh, you have an exceptional amount of drive. Oh, I cannot believe you survived that. Or I can't believe that all of this good outcome was for good to prevail over evil. And they learn, the good outcome is like, you're like, I may have hustled you, or we just fell into this situation on instinct. And you guys learn that you are angels with one another, okay? That you protect each other. You guys, protect those who love God, and I think that you guys end up loving God in this situation for him. And I think that this person helps you stay safe in a dangerous situation. And so I think that you when they realize something exceptional that you're doing as a hustler, or that that you were exceptionally strong in the face of violence, some of them do what's right, and they resist the temptation of and overcome. They resist temptation of the competitions. They help you stay safe. They overcome their fears. A lot of times the temptation is just fear. And I think that a lot of them, if you guys got angry and aggressive towards each other, it was literally because this hustler lifestyle is scary. And some of you guys, you're both coming to this marriage as hustlers, LOL. And so you are very angelic with one another, is what I'm hearing. Or you're very thoughtful and giving, and you stand up to the situation to secure your home, is what I'm hearing, okay? I don't know, it just feels like something where around the house, the negative energy or the situation that you need to stand up to could be this negative projection onto your siren. Because they know that you're having sex a lot, or you're very passionate, and so they try to steal passion, or they turn into a drive against you or a force against you. They try to put up a challenge. They get aggressive and violent because they see that you're passionate. Some of them, they can't put together your house, or they can't put together your financial situation. And you guys are hustlers. You show up with that money, or you show up with, you have to be courageous to do something. And so a lot of them just don't have that ambition to do that, okay? So what's revealing about you? What's about to be revealed about your group too? Okay, your exceptional hustle. That's what's about to be revealed when people see you show up with this house and this marriage. They're like, damn, we see you staying safe in a dangerous situation. Okay, we see you staying safe around. Okay, they're like, oh damn, that's really ambitious, right? Or they're gonna, some of you guys, they realize that this hustle, that this competition could now hustle you. Some of them, you were given a really, really high honor of marriage and a house, and these people could not, you were probably like these people who got violent, or got surgery, or became obsessed with your sexual energy. They literally cannot out hustle you. They cannot match this hustle, is what I'm hearing, okay? So it became clear that they were not the empress, okay? And you guys were fearless, friends. That's what I'm hearing. Fearless. The fearless fund in this bitch. The fearless fund definitely came through in this bitch, okay? Because a lot of y'all, you have been so courageous in this situation, because that siren feels like you're just lacking a house, or lacking marriage, or people would just expect, something more, okay? And you're there, as an assertion. Actually, you're there as the leadership. You're actually there. Some of you guys are literally lethal weapons. Something about you. Sirens are kind of lethal weapons, and I think your spouse is also a weapon too. When they protect you in the house or when they give you this money, it's literally to fight. It's like something where this like your voice card, friend. Something about you, you're prosperous as hell, so you're very threatening and dangerous to people. But I think that what happens in the situation was very constructive, or it could have been deconstructive, especially combined with the sexual energy. They couldn't resist you, but you were also getting attention from them as not having enough money or not having enough security as well, okay? But you were just guided around this instinctually, especially with the sexual energy being present, with the mouth. And the other thing is that, like, I don't know, friend, it just feel like you may have gotten brutally violent with the people that tried to compete, because I feel like you've already been fighting evil. And it's like, if people keep trying to compete for your house, and it's just like, what are you, so like, it'd be like people that you don't even know, or people that you're not even really talking to. It's like sometimes with this, like I said, you can get the wrong attention as a siren, where people, you're over here divinely guided with the instinctual psychic advantage. And there are these people with the siren that could be trying to compete for your house and marriage, and I think that becomes so strange, where you're just like standing there like really honored in a situation. So it's weird, because it's like a big honor why you're there in the first place. Okay. So, and I think that this could be really constructive, is what I'm hearing. And that's the good outcome. But I think that it could have been, something where accident could have happened, weapons could have gotten involved. Like I said, people could have started trying to compete because they saw you. They could have been trying to exploit challenges in a way. Okay. And this was, I'm hearing that they could not out hustle you, or that they, something where you literally just made, what was revealed is that, like, this person's like, oh, this is what you've been exceptionally strong in a situation. Actually, you've been away handling this, or you've been away, something that they might, this might be revealed on an instinct. But for others, you just have to let them know that, like, you're a hustler too, or that this, give them more background about what you've been doing, the phases and cycles where you've met many angels, honestly, friend, is what I'm hearing, okay, where you've had to be fearless. And they're like, oh, this is what you were doing, or you weren't just a sexual energy, or you weren't trying to, negotiate the power of your spirit, right, that you were fighting to prevail over the evil, right? And so it makes these other people in the environment, especially with you being there, you're already receiving a really, really high honor. So people who try to compete where there's already a high honor, you guys just move through a lot of phases and cycles with them, and you show a strength, is what I'm hearing, okay? Because a lot of you guys, they ask you for marriage, or they let you know that they want to marry you right away. And so they've already taken a look around at the pickings, okay? And I think that this ends up being very constructive, because it helps you guys prevail over evil. Or, you just have to, you let them know that I've been away being courageous, or I've been away at war, I've been away under a surgery or something like that, or under an accident. I've been away being ambitious. And they're like, okay. Some of them, they just couldn't resist you for your sexual energy, but you let them know that they were also, maybe what is revealed is the dangerous situation, and how they've been doing what's right in the situation, okay? A good gen. And then a lot of them, they know that people will become unhinged about your body type and your ass and stuff like that. And so, some people really try to leave you without a house, or put you, like, some of y'all get put out of places because of your body type, okay? People, like, they make a big problem about your body type, and you're just like, I don't know why. Like, it's so strange that these people become unsettled because of someone else's, like, security and body type. And so some of you guys get attacked. I'm hearing brutal, like there was accident or brutal violence because of your body, okay? So somebody literally had to fight for what was right in this situation. Someone's name is Michael, or starts with the letter A. because they really try to harm you because of your body, or they try to harm you because of something about you as a siren. Okay, something irresistible, seductive. Just your ambition and drive, the way you get up, your passion. They can just irradiate off of your aura. And some of you guys, they become obsessed with your age as well, is what I'm hearing. Some people become obsessed with your age. Okay. So tell me, what's about to be revealed about your group? Okay, what's about to be revealed? Through many phases and cycles, something that you've been asserting, okay? They were actually, it's actually going to help them master themselves more, okay? Especially if they were, there was an accident, okay? Because you guys have been at war. And so, like, if there's been violence at all, friend, along with sexual energy, it's just a tough, the energy is very tense, okay? What's about to reveal, the Tower and the Ten of Pentacles. Like I said, this is actually going to be a milestone for house and marriage, okay? What's about to be revealed is some sex that you guys have, okay? And when you guys have this sex, then I think that it's revealing the honor of you, okay? It's revealing how you guys still kind of like are vulnerable with each other after getting brutal, after something got brutal or something got violent or something got, you had to have a courage in the situation, okay? And they really, what's revealed about you is your courage, and they will respect you, and they value that a lot, okay? And a lot of them do offer you protection. What's revealed is that they're actually shocked by what you've been doing, okay? They feel that you're their community, okay? They feel that you're their Ten of Pentacles, that you're their house and marriage. They were like, oh, I thought that this was just you being some sexual person, or I thought that this was just you being an ass, or that this was you being, bossy, demanding, and controlling, right? If something negative happened, like violence, I thought you were just being angry and aggressive, right? And then they'd be like, oh, I had to master something about you that I responded to instinctively with the siren energy, okay? And I think that actually helps them come together in a community and feel like, they were like, oh, I had to be courageous too, or I had to be a hustler too, or I had to get brutally violent with a motherfucker too, like, something that you have to do, to protect your house or something like that. You go on to war, they're gonna be like, oh, I fuck with that, for real. But the Ten of Wands here, they know that this, I think that you both have been really burdened by the responsibility of this, because like I said, some of you guys, you were just hustling and responding to each other on an instinct, right? Like, I wanted you the first moment I saw you, or I gave you the crown right away. And then they will be very burdened by this house, this marriage, and this high honor, okay? It is a lot of responsibility, friend, and you're like, this is why I didn't want to tell you in the first place. Like, something where you're like, I didn't want to tell you in the first place, or I didn't know if you would value this in the first place. And some of them, they do value it, but they just are just like, damn, that's a lot of marriage, that's a lot of house, that's a lot of money, that's a lot of some of you guys, they're burdened by the plastic surgery against your body or something like that, with the Ten of Wands. And they need to kind of master, this illusion as well. And I think a lot of us do, especially we are learning about the harmful AI, and with body image and mental health and things like that, okay? But this person definitely, with this Ten of Pentacles, they're in these new cycles. What's revealing is that this is like a huge milestone for house and marriage with each other. Because you remain fearless. They said they feel like you guys would have never got to this point if you hadn't been fighting this good for everyone. Okay, they were like, I would have never found you. I would have never had this community with you. I would have never been this celebratory energy with you. And they give you a really, really high honor. Okay. They give you a really, really high honor, friend. And it's like it becomes an even greater honor where when they learn something that you've been doing, the tower, right? When they learn what you've been fighting up against, they're like, oh my God, they support you. Some of them, they literally tell you and show you that they're on your team. Okay. Some of you, they have a burden about your age, right? Especially, they give you a lot of honor, but some of you guys, people will try to reduce your honor because of an age difference. Some of these people, don't tell them your age, okay? If they are, like, if you have an age difference relationship, there are people around the house. Some of you guys, there's a siren because of your age difference, and it's like it's clear, okay? They're like, one's old and one's young, okay? What are they doing? Having sex. That's a big siren and a big problem, right? That's taboo. Some of them, they have a problem with your age because you assert yourself, or you're the boss, okay? And it's like you have to be like, they had an accident, okay, because they were struggling for power, is what I'm hearing. When you asserted yourself, they may have reacted with an age difference problem, okay? Some of them, they have rules, and so they're burdened by I think that what's revealing in this situation is that they were really burdened by the rules that you placed, or the limitations, the boundaries. And then when you reveal this, it is going to shock them about what you've been doing to, why you've been holding these boundaries and how you've been exceptionally strong. They're actually going to feel like that's right. They were like, oh, I thought we couldn't be together because of age. But they're going to feel like, they were like, oh, I met my match in this situation, friends. Okay, I've definitely met my match, right? Some of you guys, you're gonna reveal a weapon. Some of you guys are gonna reveal your weapon. Some of you guys, the way that you speak, being an activist, or your platform is a big weapon. Some of you guys, you know how to use a weapon, or you're trained professionally as some kind of karate, martial arts, kung fu in this bitch, okay? Or you're just like, I don't know, something where the way that you went to war, they're gonna be like, okay, I went to war too. They really find a lot of value in that, a lot of shared, in a sense of community, especially around the courage element, okay? Because they could just be looking at your sexual energy and don't realize that you're having to do all this, battle and war, okay? And definitely projecting those age difference problems. Okay, yeah, the Empress friend. Okay, was. Yeah, you're the one that I think about all day. You're the one so I make sure I behave. Some of y'all, you really start to master yourselves, and you start to behave in a situation around this house. You're like, okay, I can't be a hustler forever, or I have to let them know, through many phases and cycles, like what the rules is. They have to follow the rules also, and they're burdened by these rules and this honor. It's a very high honor, but I think that there's definitely a good outcome here, to the people who were they were negatively impacted by the siren. Okay, they're shocked that you are their community. They're shocked that you're in marriage. They're shocked that you're a house, because you guys may have done something instinctively and has secrets and rules and boundaries. And I'm hearing prosperity poured from the house is what I'm hearing, okay? Common cuckoo, deception and opportunism. Yeah, there's someone around that saw opportunities or vulnerabilities. They may have been they might have, like, they were very, the deception part is that they became really obsessed about your house because of the age difference problem. A lot of y'all, that's the problem, okay? The deception is that there is someone around the house that's obsessed with your sexual energy. Some of them, they were responsible for an accident within your house, or they've been trying to block this marriage, okay? These people are opportunists. I'm hearing that it's clear that you're preferred, is what I'm hearing, with the siren and the Empress, lol. So anybody else that was trying to, like, trying to emit some sexual energy, they just were not. They're just extra burdens, because, like, a lot of them, they started to do something brutal, or they started to do something to attack your house, and you were just the Empress and the Ten of Pentacles, and it was clear that you were preferred, and they were just trying to take opportunities from when you were away from home, when you were away hustling, relying on your instincts, not on a schedule, and this became very burdensome to the common cuckoo, okay? That's what I'm saying about what's getting revealed about your group to. Let me know how this resonates. Check the description box down below to learn more about what we're doing. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hi, group 2. Excuse me. Hi, group 3. Welcome to your selection. Okay. Let's get into what is about to be revealed about you, group 3. What's about to be revealed about you? Okay. Some of you guys, this is a pen pal, or this could be someone long distance. The way that you smell could be revealed, could reveal something about you, is what I'm hearing. Okay, we talk about this a lot here. Okay, especially if you guys have gone on like a feminine hygiene level up, glow up journey. You guys know that there's a difference between smelling poor and smelling rich. LOL. So, no pun intended. But and I'm the last pal, group 3. Yeah, something mysterious to this person. Like, this could feel like you guys may have not seen each other in person before. These could even be friends that you were guided to online, and maybe you guys are meeting for the first time off of public. Maybe you're meeting for the first time out in public or offline. Some of you guys, you have an anonymous account and you've been thinking about revealing your face. And, you know, I totally understand this energy. And I was honestly just talking to Grok about this, about Amanati, LOL. So if you're in a collective, hello, welcome. If you're into our sound healing journey with Amanati, then I definitely think that you would love it here, LOL. And this is like, because I was talking to Grok about Amanati, and it's just like, some people are not playing with you, but they're just not available in the same way for meet and greets. Like, some of these people have truly pulled the veil down. Okay, they value this distance and this sacred isolation. So some of you guys are very unreachable on purpose. And so, you know, there's a lot of mystery about you in some type of way, especially in how you're guided. I think that you keep a lot of that a secret, or you keep a lot of how you make your decisions a secret. Like, if you guys are worried about people wiretapping you, or people having a drone on you, people watching everything that you do, okay, the government or something. If you're worried like conspiracy theory or something like that, try your hardest to stay sane and safe, land. Because there's a lot of woo-woo people out there with conspiracy theories about the government and celebrities. So I think that you guys should just be careful in that way. But a lot of you guys, you keep a lot of things to yourself, like your mental processing, your thoughts about certain things. You guys can have a very straight face or stoic face, and when people tell you something, like, it's funny, like, because when people tell you something that they think that you will be surprised or shocked or mad about, y'all just sit there with a straight face. Like, a lot of men are like this. Okay, men do not like have these, like, a lot of times do not have like these boisterous, over the top reactions. They might just like sit there and look at you, or just listen fully, right? And you'll never know that they're collaborating with you, or that they're working, working for stability in that situation. LOL. Really interesting. Okay, so let's get back into it. What are people about? What is about to be revealed about you? Okay. Some of you guys are literally a revolution, and some of you guys, this is a political. You are involved in a political matter. Okay. And what's about to get revealed about you is your crown. The crown of the rebellion. That's what I'm here for. The crown of the rebellion. I also feel like something, like, I was getting, like, when I was talking to Grok about it as well. Like, a lot of you guys keep this. You keep a lot of They keep a lot of moments, at a distance, is what I'm hearing. Especially like I'm hearing that you keep a lot of girls at distance. Because they try to act like a threat to work, is what I'm hearing. Okay, a lot of girls. And when they realize that I think what's going to be revealed about you in this situation is that, especially like if this is a girl, y'all, or if you're like Amanati, this Aminati, be careful, because these girls might literally attack you. And like when they realize that you rebelled against that body type and that conventional way, they are going to be pissed off. They're going to be like, oh, you've been keeping this a secret type of thing, right? For others, I think that just like you guys, the girls are gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be like it's gonna fundamentally shift how they understand what you've been doing. Okay, they're gonna be like, oh, this was a rebellion the whole time. Okay. I also feel like some of you guys, if there are girls around, some of this could be work related matters or situations where you have to collaborate with other women. I'm hearing something about us girls, and I think that you come around and you're like around us girls, right? And they think that you are just one of them, or that you just dance, or that you're just there doing something like them, and they don't know that you're keeping, a lot of aspects of your life and identity and what you do a secret. Okay. um some of them, this is a girl or a female in the environment that they've been looking at you smile a lot. It's like something where you give them a big bright smile every time you see them. And maybe they saw you I'm hearing somebody saw you wearing the color red. When they reveal you, some of you guys will be like, when something gets revealed about you, you might be wearing the color red. And so all these people, I don't know, somebody who may have been trying to copy your clothes or the way that you style yourself or your aesthetic in some type of way, they will know that, especially if this person is younger than you, they'll know that you inspired this person when this gets revealed. Okay. Some of you guys rebuild against the conform. I don't know if this is making sense, y'all, but just take the channel messages how they resonate. Some of you guys, you rebelled against someone trying to conform for a hair type. Okay. And this is someone who's been maybe even brainwashing hair. And some of you guys are gonna, when you reveal your hair, this is going to make people mad, because they're not going to continue to be able to project onto your face. Is what I'm hearing. Some of them, they keep trying to project onto your head. And when you reveal your hair or something like that, or when you reveal your pushback or something like that, like your slick back bun or something like that, up in the bun or something, they're not going to be able to defend this head battle that they've had. Somebody keeps trying to like come for your head or something like that, and you've just been, their head is not cute. It's like something where they have a problem with taking guidance, and so they make it about like a head or something like that. And it's like, the truth is, you're just not skilled enough to be here. Stop trying to make it about a head when your head is ugly and long. Okay. So when you reveal your hair, that's something that's going to be revealed about you, is what I'm hearing. I'm also getting that some of you guys are going to reveal some wig transformation or some hair tutorials it's going to serve as an act of political resistance for hair. This is going to be rebellion of the hair norm or something like that. Some people, they're going to be required to take those bangs off. They're going to be required to pull their hair back into a bun. They're going to be required to take those wigs off. They're going to be required to wash those locks. Okay. Especially if this is symmetry, right? We're not going to continue to let people pass on their hair card anymore. We're actually going to look at the face, right? We're going to look at the cheeks, the nose, the teeth, the smile, and stop projecting onto hair, because hair is dead. It's actually not an alive part of your body. Once your hair leaves the follicle, it's dead. There are so many clip-on extensions and ways of styling the hair, fried, dyeing, and laying to the side, where they can manipulate the face card a lot. So Maddie, pull the bang back. A lot of Maddie girls out there are going to be, their face cards start declining when we found symmetry, especially with little black girls that's been struggling with hair growth or something like that. Okay. Some of these people, what's about to be revealed about you is a power struggle with a girl that found you to be a threat, is what I'm hearing. Someone that found you to be a threat, and you've been just like, they didn't know that you were this great lady that's leading a rebellion. So that was a big risk that they took to like try to struggle for power about something superficial, like something where, like I said, they could have, yeah, something where they could have started trying to compete for dominance. They showed a lot of envy when they saw you wearing pink, when they saw your hair, okay, when they saw you smiling. You started to look and see that they were, no matter if they had hair friends, they were still mad. Okay, and I think that's the truth that everyone needs to accept. There's no more comparing your head to mine. There's no more comparing your hair to mine, because with a wig and weave, or someone's rebellious hair color, like maybe going natural, going getting locked, showing people how your hair looks up in a bun, these people cannot continue to project these kinds of illusions. Like something that what's about to be revealed about you is like, it's going to rebel against, what they thought made them secure. Okay, so a lot of, a lot of people, Caucasian people, or of the Caucasity, or Hispanic descenders, they have descendants are like, we're going to actually start to analyze the face card, like, and like, we're not going to hide behind the hair and some shadow under a moonlight. We're going to actually look at your face and see that you are the one that's doing something jealous. Okay, some of these people, it wasn't so much about physical appearance, but it was about someone's ancestry, foundation, or someone who's working in their occupation. And they're going to see that, what's revealed is that they're going to see that you rebelled against this child or something like that, or somebody that was like that had the consciousness of a child. Yeah, this person in the environment, this child has been looking at some of you guys. There's been a child that's been watching you, that have been, they've been in a power struggle. And I think that some of them, they could represent something conventional, and some of you guys have been rebellious against something like this. Or this person, like I said, there was like a lot of superficial projections from this child, or like this child wanted to fight for control and power, and they just were not. Okay, some of you guys learned that there was a negotiation, or there was a competition, that they were trying to compare their beauty. Okay, and some of them, their body is still like a child. Some of them, they're still fat. They're fat from when they were a child or something like that. And if you're looking at these Latinas' breasts and stuff like that, they will have no ass a lot of the times, and they won't have any. They will have a big stomach. Some of them, like, stop looking at big breasts when they are fat. So somebody here is fat, or someone here has a very basic and conventional beauty, and what's revealing about you in this situation is this child that was in a struggle for dominance, because it wasn't about the actual policies or being guided in a real way. It was somebody that was trying to compete for authority, but it was because of how you looked and because of your money and something that they saw about you, right? You've been a big mystery to them, and so they've been a child, and they took this risk to combat with you about something. Okay, and what gets revealed to this child is that you're actually a rebellion. You're actually a great fortune. You're actually like, you've been a mystery to them, and they took this risk to fight, right, or to compete for dominance. And what gets revealed is that they are not. Okay, they are not. The authority in a situation. Okay, they're clearly in a subordinate role, but I think that there's something about this situation that draws emotions. Okay, because this child could represent a childhood wound of yours. It could trigger a childhood wound of yours, something where you've been conditioning yourself for this basic or convention, is what I'm hearing. This child could represent something basic or conventional. Okay, and this person, what's revealed to this child is that you have this. Some of you guys, what's revealed is that you have sorrow, and that you've been keeping that a mystery. And some people, they, especially children, they might see you around looking good, or your hair done, and they see you now, right? And a lot of our children are mixed. A lot of our children are Hispanic and half Caucasian, and we've evolved our lineage because we know that this hair thing has been an issue, and skin thing have been an issue. And some of you guys, you are an adult, and this has been like a child that's been in an environment that's had sorrow too. And so you've been a mystery to them, or it's been a mystery around this situation. But this child has grown attached and has sought recognition from you, especially if they started to struggle for power. I think that they took this risk to struggle for power, and they were, were not explained. They might have thought you were a child too, or they might have thought that, they didn't know that you were sorrowful too. And a lot of you have been a mystery to them, okay? But you've been divinely guided around this child that have been making you scared. I'm hearing something where they've been making you scared, or they've been making you there's been a mystery around this situation. And so some of you guys have, there's been hazard and risk, and it has been scary with this child, right? Yeah, something stressful and negativity, stress and negativity. It's not that there's an affair with this child. The child is actually not a threat, okay? But I think that you were guided in a situation, and this child becomes a part of your, a part of something that you rebel against. Because I think that a lot of you, I'm not going to say you rebel against a child. Like I said, this child is not a threat. But I think that it's reflecting something conventional, or it created a problem that stressed you out, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing something where this power struggle with this child stressed you out because you've been mysterious to them, okay? Yeah, you've been really protected in this situation as well, okay? And I'm hearing that you guys have been running across good luck, right? In the situation with the clover. And like I said, yeah, this was somebody working their occupation, a child. This was not an affair. This was not a consideration for romance, but this child working their occupation, some of them were working they were working a dead-end job, or a job that's not going anywhere, and they were looking for recognition. And some of you guys, you showed them a real occupation, something like that. Some of you guys showed them what it really means to be a great lady. And so, if they tried to fight for dominance about skin color, hair, something with, relating to their occupation, they just did not. They were creating a lot of stress and negativity, and they were not qualified in their job. Some of them, they thought because they were a mixed race or had lighter skin or hair or something like that, that they were more qualified to do a job. But something where they, what's revealing about you is that some of you, they realize that you're a big brat and that you get everything that you want, for one. For two, this child in the environment, they could have been a conventional problem or a conventional issue, like a karmic challenge that you guys could be having. Something that a karmic challenge where you might need to rebel against something in society that have been harmful to you, especially around your occupation. And some of them, they learned that you're not a child. What's revealed is that you're not a child, that you don't have this consciousness of a child. What's revealed about you is that that they were not the only way a means could succeed. Like, you're not the only, mixed girls and Hispanic girls are not the only ones that can get, that are not, they're not the only ones that can be brats. They're not the only ones that, can work this job, right? Like, especially like they're like something where they thought that they were the only ones that could have style, or they can have enough resources to do something. And then some of you guys, you represent an unconventional aspect, rare beauty, a marginalized beauty, even disadvantaged, disproportionate persons, maybe people of color, maybe even immigrants. And a lot of you, there's been someone working their occupation that haven't really been qualified, or they've been in a subordinate position. But some of them, what's revealing about the situation is that they're actually the subordinate one. They may, like I said, there's been mystery around your age, what you do. And some of them, they thought they had a high occupation or something like that. They thought they sat in a high office. But some of them, they work a desk job that's not going anywhere, okay? They wanted recognition in a dead-end job. And this shows that they were just a child, or that they were just subordinate, okay? And then they just, something where you start to let them know that my occupation, what's revealing about you is that your occupation represents real talent, real skill, real gifts, not someone sitting at a desk making up their own rules. But they could have represented something vulnerable, or exploited a vulnerability to fight for power, like hair or skin or something like that. And you actually turned out to be the more qualified one in a situation that, well, I'm hearing that you were there. Yeah, they were in a secret competition. And they were trying to, compete for, some of them, these are people trying to compete for their occupation. Some of them, they were trying to compete for like in real life, for your man or something like that, okay? And they were just sitting around very sulky, moody, and jealous about something that you keep a mystery. Okay. And I think that some of you guys will decide to travel and move away from the situation after this gets revealed, is what I'm hearing. Okay. And a lot of them, it's like they were in a secret competition, and they just, I think that when you realize that they were, it was immature. And I think that you guys start to, you knew that they were in secret competition. Somebody working their occupation was in a competition. So it felt like something that you had to rebuild against, okay? Or you had to really enforce a rule or a policy, because they started doing something. They started sulking. The people working their occupation started sulking. And it was like something where you had to like put them in their place or something like that, so that they can stop competing for, stop trying to compete for, authority or power, your person, is what I'm hearing, okay? This is not like an affair. This is like someone that was working their occupation that, that, like, I think that they contributed to, it's like something where, especially if it led to like an enforcing of rules or travel or movement, a change, it might have impacted your thoughts. And so they were, I think that what you realize is that, like, the reason why you guys have rebelled against this is because these people have been, they've had an exaggerated belief that they were the only ones that can work this occupation, or that they were the authority in a situation. Like, some of them, they thought that they were the only ones that can get a Ken doll, and then they see that you have a finance man or something like that, okay? Especially if you guys are symmetry couples, okay, black and white couples. Some of y'all, if you have a white man husband, y'all, that man fine as hell, okay? So when they see when they see you with your man, they get pissed off, okay? Some of this was just them trying to work, trying to compete for occupation, and you and your partner have been, they've just been considering them to be a child, not a threat, not someone that they were considering. And so this child have been delusional in a way, is what I'm hearing, okay? That's also been a big deal, is that like a lot of this has been delusional, okay? So what gets revealed about you is actually going to make them very moody, jealous, and sulky, because they're going to realize that they were stressed and negative about something, and something that gets revealed about you, it may be inspired by a change that you make intentionally. You might share a thought, or you might enforce a rule, or you might break down something that's been illusory. Some of you guys, especially in this occupation, you guys might come around, and you might heighten everyone's awareness, or you show your poetry, music, and dance, your glamour, and there's no more thinking that these mixed girls or Hispanic girls are the only ones that can have beautiful hair, that can have music, dance, and poetry, that can have theater, fashion, and glamour. They're gonna get really pissed off when you make them look like the convention that just has to work this mundane job, where you get to go off and be glamorous. And so that was a big risk that they took to fight. They were in a secret competition, and some of you guys revealed your true occupation, and you're like, look, I don't have to fight for anything, okay? And they were also just like not that smart. They were just, at the end of the day, they were jealous. So it was not, you're already placed in a favorable position, okay? But some of you guys, you might want to travel or move, okay? A child that was in secret competition for your occupation or your next moves, is what I'm hearing. Something that they became, they started to compete for your next moves, and it became like an obsession, okay? Some of you guys are fluid, and they just were, that was also another risk that they took, like thinking, a lot of them, they project their own envy, and they make it seem like you're the one that's like jealous of something, and then you're like, look at my big bright smile, look at my life, look at my Ken doll boyfriend, husband, look at how much better my life is compared to yours, okay? So your existence, especially around dominant cultures, you shake them. You shake them real bad, because they end up being sulky, moody, and jealous. Like, imagine you're a dominant culture, but you're just a convention. So of course you're like, you keep it a secret that you're in competition, trying to struggle for dominance, the shadow dominance play. Okay. somebody working an occupation, you know, some like they literally were in a subordinate or in a junior position, working some kind of desk job, working some kind of call center or something like that. Somebody that really didn't have an expression or didn't have like advanced communication. And some of you, you came out as like an executive, the head of a rebellion, divinely guided through this situation. And what got revealed, when your occupation got revealed that you were a dancer, that you were glamorous, they saw that you kept that a mystery for a reason, to see who in the environment would struggle for, you know, dominance in a conventional way, who will become sulky, moody, and jealous just off the strength. And when they see that you had like somebody, especially if these were people working their occupation, they truly showed their true colors, okay? Or they started competing for something that was yours, and started doing something illusory. I'm hearing that there's a mystery around this child, okay? Where you were somewhere working for your personal betterment, and they just got obsessed with you and how you could look from some of them. They said that you look like somebody from a movie, or it's like people do this a lot. I think that they have a lot of mundane conversations like, oh, you look like that celebrity, or you look like that person from a movie, or you know, the way that you talk, you know, you're entertaining like a movie to watch, right? Especially when you open your mouth and start smiling. They were just really jealous, okay? The Two of Cups, yeah, I think that if you're worried about your spouse in a situation, they are not, you know, they are in alignment with you. The Two of Cups, there's a lot of emotional and romantic resonance, and this child was in a secret competition for occupation or recognition around their occupation or for your partner, and they just were not, they were just jealous. And so when they realize, like, something where what gets revealed is their jealousy. What gets revealed is that you have this, you know, a relationship of fidelity, like especially if you're symmetry couples, you know, they can't come around as a convention trying to like steal your partner or something like that. What gets revealed about you is that this person, they are actually like really corrupted, and the child has a codependency. Like they, like I said, they don't really, they're trying to fight, they were jealous, trying to fight for, you know, in a secret competition, trying to fight for authority. And they really could not hold the responsibility, couldn't read and write, couldn't, you know, follow the rules, couldn't really pin down the instructions, didn't really have a sensibility. But we give space to a child to learn. But a lot of them, they just have been, especially if you started to tell them what to do, you know, they tried to act illusory around this, right? They really didn't know. They were really, the King of Pentacles reversed. This child working their occupation is actually about to lose their job. Some of them, they're going to be required to change or move, you know, their schedule, or this person is driven. They're in a competition. Some of them, their name is, their name could start with the letter M, or letter A, or letter D. These other wicked children, they're very jealous. They're not rich like you, okay? And so you rebelled against the status quo, the convention, or some people work in their occupation. And when this gets revealed about you, they're gonna know that they were, you know, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I am clearly, it's gonna be clear that they were in a junior position, okay? You know, some of them, they're gonna try to find harmony after that, but it was already, you know, I think that you're like, oh, they're jealous. You're like, oh, they were jealous too. Like the girls with, you know, the girls with light skin hair, friends, they're jealous too. The girls with rhinestones and apple bottom jeans, they were very jealous of you. And so we need to, I think something conventional has been happening around your occupation that have been causing you to create like something illusory at work, where, especially if you're a stripper, some kind of night, you know, this could have been a disco thief, somebody trying to steal customers with light skin and hair or something like that. And some of you guys really started, like, this was a big major issue that's happening out in society, where a lot of these mixed girls and Latinas have been really envious of the dark skin, okay, or marginalized people in some type of way. And we have been pretending, like we've been creating an illusion that have been the glamour, and that have been the femininity, and that have been the desire, when they are sitting there jealous. So this is definitely something that we've needed to rebel against. And these people have just been like really codependent on us for movement in life. And they're like, it's like something where they try to appropriate us and try to like drink all of the juice out of our juice box. Like we're not, it's like something where it becomes personal. You know, the skin color thing and this hair typing thing, it's personal. Okay, because we're not the ones sitting jealous. If you have the privilege, then why are you jealous, you dumbass bitch? And so what's revealing about you is real emotional and romantic resonance with your partner, and somebody around their, around working their occupation tried to put up an illusion and fight for dominance and control, where that was an illusion. They actually did not have, they were in a junior subordinate position. They were just stressed and negative about you, and you've been just like a mystery to them. Some of you really haven't talked to them, or you've just been around working your occupation, and they saw you and got moody and jealous. Okay. And you're like, oh, they were jealous too. Some of you guys were shocked. Okay. That somebody around working their occupation was in a secret competition, like trying to use their job to create an opportunity. Were not successful with the King of Pentacles reverse. Some of them are about to lose this job. Okay. And I think that's something where you guys, what you reveal about them. Yeah, I think that your person never planned anything towards them. If they were in a competition for desire, nothing ever moved forward with them. So they were not successful in trying to have sex with your fluid partner, is what I'm hearing. Okay. And they were very corrupted. Some of them, they're literally not moving forward in life. Okay. They can't move on with their life, is what I'm hearing. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles, they're investing in you because they feel they're actually like wounded about you, is what I'm hearing. And you might not, you didn't know this, but some of them have been watching you and they've been very wounded around you. Okay. And these people, I'm hearing that if some of them are appropriators, they're trying to brainwash. I think that you guys start to realize that if this person was jealous, even if they seem to have the privilege or the advantage in a situation or an occupation, we start to not value that desk job or that fluid person. We start not to value them. Okay. Especially if it turned into a competition, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, the Queen of Wands reversed is going out of business. Okay, they're shrinking next to you, thinking that they could survive off of hair and skin. That didn't work. There's not enough attraction. Okay, because you're a child for one, and so we're not attracted. Adults only. A lot of you guys are very secure in your relationship, and you guys are very invested in one another. But I think that someone working their occupation became a burden. Okay, because it was a competition and your person was not working with them. Three of Pentacles reversed because you're a child. They literally tried, like, literally not really conscious, not holding a responsibility for real. Just got so, a wounded child got sulky, moody, and jealous and tried to create a change, travel, or movement. And this led to a lot of mood swings or sorrow. Especially some of you guys work a very strenuous, and you guys work a very stressful job. It's something where if they got recognition in their job, some of them are losing their job. Okay, so they're literally, the people, they thought that they were going to get recognition in their job, and they decided not to work with them. Okay, this person is getting fired. Okay. you know some of them, their hours could be reducing and changing, and so they decided to not to move forward with this child. Okay, not to give it more recognition, not to get it, they were not promoted in this dead-end job like we thought. LOL. You guys are like, with the Queen of Pentacles, is like, I think that your partner, especially if they represent a conventional beauty that you needed to rebel against, you were the secure one in the situation. You were not the one jealous, but they were jealous in a secret competition and ended up going out of business. Like something where they end up losing their job, or they, especially if you guys come around with a lot of mystery, they don't actually know that you're like this renowned person. Some of you guys could be a really renowned situation. You're actually their boss, and so what gets revealed about you is that they became too insecure, teaching, attention seeking, trying to follow your moves too much, like something where they kept trying to track you or something like that, and this makes you pass on them. You say, we're actually not going to do business with you. We understand that you're a child and have a codependency for finances and information, but that's not a responsibility because you were inappropriate, and there's something where they were inappropriate in their role. We're not working with them. And some of you guys, they didn't realize that you were their boss. You guys, some of them, they didn't realize that you were their boss, right? And you kind of like, you squash their beef around their occupation, and they lose their job, or they never get promoted in the job because they were so incompetent, trying to, and couldn't stay professional about something. Okay, yeah. This was a situation that you just needed to approach with caution, because a child with a conventional occupation or beauty started to compete, became super moody and jealous about you and your moves, and you were not working with them. And now they could have had an opportunity here with this tree, because they represent something that you actually rebel against, okay? Especially if it caused you sorrow, stressed you out in some type of way, because you already knew the situation needed to be, you need to be careful. I think that you already knew that you needed to be careful in this situation. And so if they started doing something, especially doing something inappropriate around their occupation, we totally pass on people who are hazardous at work, okay? I think that you handled them with care with the tree, because you know that they were a wounded child, and you helped them learn the error of their ways, especially as a rebellion, and as the person that's divinely guiding a situation. They totally miss an opportunity to be a part of your great fortune, because you come around keeping a lot of that private for a reason, and they show their true colors. Thank you so much, group 3. Let me know how that resonates. I love you guys so much. Check the description box below to shop Cosmic Intelligence, to give back to our channel. Hi, group 4. Last but not least, what's about to be revealed about you? I think that this could be spooky, because you guys, things get revealed about you all the time, and I'm hearing revelations and realization. Revelations and realizations, and they be shooketh, bitch, is what I'm hearing, okay, about your crown, or the way that you transmit some negativity, have a bitch shooketh, okay, because they think that they're getting over or something, or they think that they can compete for something. It's like something where they think that they ate, okay, and it's just something that is, it's like something where you're just adapting through something, and they think that they ate, and then once you adapt and like handle it, it's like you might handle them, okay. And it kind of feels like the last part a little bit, group 3, where it feels like there was a authority, or someone working in their occupation that gets seduced, so they become a corrupted authority, a corrupted house, a corrupted official, trying to compete for something. Like, it's like they try to use their position to and do something inappropriate, okay. So let's see, friends, what's about to be revealed about you, okay. Sheesh. Like the last call, it was, occupation was getting revealed, okay. Something about your fluid sexuality gets revealed, okay. How smart you are, okay. LOL. You're like, don't even try me, bitch. Something that gets revealed about you makes them respect you, because a lot of you guys, especially if you have a fluid knowledge or something like that, they really cannot combat and cannot compete and they cannot outsmart you. A lot of times you guys are really, you're the style in a situation, and you know that, like, especially being the established style, or the style that everybody wants, that automatically puts you at the advantage. So there's not, even if this is a woman that's older than you, they're not smart, okay. They're not smarter than you, okay. They're not a rich girl, okay. They're not beloved like you, okay. Some of you guys, this is someone wanted A, okay. And so you guys are here in a collective. We could talk about this because y'all are my girls. But some of these people, these are girls that wanted A, and this was before, when Renaissance gets revealed, they're gonna know that A did not want them. A wanted somebody with knowledge, and that A is fluid, and A has a lot of respect here, okay. And so, just like FYI, a lot of our girls could be going through something, especially if you guys are status oriented, public figures, social media influencers. Your man respects you, and your partner just in general respects you, because some of you guys have a fluid relationship. And if you guys are having a same gender relationship at all, especially, like, there's a lot of respect there, okay. And so a lot of them, if they're seeing an unconventional relationship, it's a lot of respect there, okay. So there's no trying to disrespect. There's that show, Love and Marriage. it's an institution that you can't disparage. And even if it's not like a traditional relationship like that, it's like they cannot disrespect you. Okay? Especially some of y'all come around fluid. You're like, look. Some of y'all come around fluid and you're like, look, I know that you might have some complications, but you might have been getting all up in arms because you thought I was straight, or you thought that, you was doing something superficial, like, trying to worry about a gender thing. And you're like, look, you have to respect me because I'll probably lay you down too. So I'm like, you could get it too, friend. You trying to compete. You can really I really get in them cheeks too, something like that. So it's like something when they realize, when this, your fluidity gets revealed to them, or your knowledge gets revealed to them, they respect you a lot more. Okay, they're like, oh damn, like I thought you was around here trying to compete, or I thought you wanted my man, or something like that. They're like, girl, no, I don't want that man. I'm gay. So friend, you telling me like, I ain't want that man, child. You had the wrong one. You must have been thinking about so and so. I'm like for real gay over here. They're like, and then you be like, oh, okay, be free then, friend. So I think that was revealed. Some, especially you guys, you are fluid. You could be fluid, but some of you guys, you just have a lot of knowledge, and so some of you guys were forced into. I'm not gonna say forced into fluidity, but a lot of you guys just don't. You don't have those same. You address your liberty like a white man, okay? And you guys are very, very well respected for your knowledge. So a lot of people, you can't be in some of you guys, I'm not going to say you can't be in a traditional relationship, but you need to be in a relationship with somebody that respects your mind and intelligence. When they reveal this about you, they're going to see the tree, like from group 3, they're going to see a tree, is what I'm hearing. A lot of emotions, a lot of family, a lot of respect, a lot of knowledge, a lot of roots that have been planted long ago. They're going to see a relationship that have been, deep and tenacious. Something deep and tenacious they will see. And they will see that you're not alone, okay? What's about to be revealed about you, group? Group 4. What's about to be revealed about you? Yeah, I kind of saw that dark energy before, okay? These people, they may have wanted to compete at occupation, and they did have a complication. Yeah, discord, right? They had a fight with you. Some of you, they were fighting with you because of your fluidity. They didn't like the fact that you have been in this open gay relationship, especially if you're a man working in a very masculine industry. These people, I think that once you displayed this knowledge, that's when they started to respect you. But before you shared this knowledge or defended your freedoms and liberties and fluidity, they were creating big problems at work, is what I'm hearing. Big problems, okay? Some of them, they could have seen you, whether this is fluid or not, they see that you have a lot of wealth because you're smart as hell, okay? Money long, like OpenAI, alright? Or, they see, a high fine artistry is what I'm hearing. High fine artistry, like Renaissance era. Big fine artistry. The institution of Renaissance, welcome, okay? There's no body typing allowed is what I'm hearing, okay? Something where especially like women that try to body type, around your occupation, and then they were like, they was revealed as your fluid sexuality. You're like, oh, you wasn't body typing me, you was trying to holler or something, LOL. It's like something where they're like, oh, well, I didn't know you was fluid, or I didn't know that you could lay down that knowledge to help free me from something. It's like something where they really do graduate that AM biology, friend, okay? Because you are very good at what you do is what I'm hearing. Okay, yeah, these gang stalkers stalking A. Okay, stalking you because of A. Some of you guys were revealed at A, okay, or stalking you because you have a big butt. Some of you guys have a big butt at work. You have Archangel. Somebody's name is Angel, and then what? Divine Feminine. Of course, you're Divine Feminine. So there's no body typing because clearly this is they prefer it here. Okay, so a lot of these people, what's revealed about you, when they reveal you, they're going to start stalking you because of your butt. Okay, but some people try to disrespect big booties, and they're going to be forced to respect this big booty, because the divine feminine was associated with the highest amount of fertility and creativity. I'm like, oh damn, we didn't know that you represented this fine art, or that you had this renowned occupation of this nature. Okay. Some of you guys, they just may have seen you as fluid or doing something with your big butt, and then your occupation is revealed as something creative and something that is very, that has a deep knowledge, is what I'm hearing. Something where you display what's revealed as a deep knowledge. Whereas before, they were trying to conflict with you or trying to discord with you about something. They were trying to discord with you about something. And some of them, you may have had to punish them, at work or something like that. Maybe they face negative consequences for something that they were doing at work that was inappropriate, like group 3. I think that especially if you guys are fluid, if you're a fluid big booty, this is a big karmic challenge, because they might see you and you're out with this big booty, and you could be working your occupation very kind of both masculine and feminine energy, very balanced, or very knowledgeable like a masculine. People be like, damn, like she's smart like a man, like she working like the men. Something like you out there working with the men, friend. You might work in STEM. And so they don't, some of you, when your fluidity gets revealed, they're like, oh, damn, that's why you work in that occupation. I see. You were very independent like a white man or something like that. Okay. Or they might, when your occupation gets revealed, they might be very mad that it's so creative and intuitive. Or that, that you were marked by a lot of receptivity with this partner. And then, for being fluid or something like that. And they were like, oh, they're going to get pissed off because they're going to start stalking you because you were fluid with a big booty or have this knowledge with a big booty. And I think some of you guys are truly just working your occupation with this person, or this is just someone that's overseeing and protecting your healing. Okay. And a lot of y'all, this big booty at work is a big problem. So it led to people getting punished, is what I'm hearing, okay? Because they grew unhinged about a big booty. And this is like the real sad reality that we cannot no longer face. It's like Fox News and ABC News and CNN, they're all on the television getting unhinged about, big booties and black people. This really is just revealing more and more of your instability. It's like the more and more you comment about someone's body, like I'm hearing the newscasters, the news respondents, the people in the media and the press, they're like obsessed with your body. Like CNN, Fox News, ABC News, they keep sending subliminals about big butts and black people's features, when it's clearly not something that can be supported. It's not valid biologically, scientifically. And a lot of you guys, what's revealing about you is a knowledge about a body type. And so, these people, these white supremacists or these Hispanics that get, they're unhinged in the country. What did Trump say? Over 100 visas have been, 100, how many visas? We're stopping the visas. Y'all can't keep coming in here projecting onto, like, the feminines in the country that have, like, literally been a part of the ancestry and have evolved the culture. And so some of you guys, you're literally, like, prominent as hell, or you are supported by or supported by, you have a big powerful ally, and they can't keep like going on with these stories about wig, weave, and big booties and chimpanzees. This is not accurate, because we see white people with the same kind of facial features, the same chin, the same nose, the same smile, the same face shape, and I think that what really is something that we learn is that a lot of these people who are incessantly making comments about your body, they are just like, they are people who want to harm God's creation, because they don't want to embrace fluidity, and it's like what's revealed is a knowledge that dismantles this body typing that they're doing, okay? And you're like divine feminine as hell, so it's like, you're very, very respected in a situation. So whatever they're doing is not accurate and not valid. Stop trying to make a comment about black people's mouth and nose and skin color. Those same facial features exist on something white. Okay, I think that the knowledge is biological and scientific, where you work your job to dismantle something false. Like, we have to really combat this fake news, and the White House posts a lot about the fake news as well, and our powerful ally and political alliances have been helping to dismantle these people who keep incessantly body typing when we're like a free nation, okay? And so it doesn't, what's revealed is the knowledge and skill to stop them from discording about something invalid. Their opinions about your body are actually not valid. It's like it's going to help people see things clearly, okay? Especially because you're soft, still, and calm and related to compassion. They're just angry because their body types could not fulfill your big butt or something like that, okay? There is, like I said, the world is still asymmetrical. So black people's faces are still declining, but white people's danglings are still small. And it's not just whites that have small danglings. It's Hispanics that have them too. And blacks that have them too. And there's white people faces that get declined too. Just like there's Hispanic faces that get declined. So there's all the knowledge that you need to apply. There's no more trying to send a subliminal about someone's body type when we're very well respected, very well endowed, and we've taken off our wig and weave. So what are you talking about now? You're just stalking us. And so it keeps revealing your instability and that you're the one triggered, right? We're not the ones bitter, okay? A true bad bitch is not weak and bitter, okay? What's revealed here is a knowledge to dismantle this gang stalker's discord about you. That's what I'm hearing, friends, okay? Gang stalker's discord about you. So let's see, friends. Let's get the tarot. What's about to be revealed about you? Your occupation, where you're literally a scientist. Providing that knowledge in biology. Like it's AM biology at a Renaissance movement with gentle morning yoga. You see how that ass perked up with all those daily yoga routines, and something about your cultural group, no matter how much yoga you did, still didn't get a fat ass. So that's just your body type. That's just your phenotype. That's just your genes and your DNA. But that doesn't make it any less valuable. You just need to move on with your life and stop focusing on a difference or a lack. Some of these people are underdeveloped, but that happens in every group, okay? And so some of these people are stalking you because of your ass, okay? And you're just like, sorry that you don't have enough knowledge to leave me alone. Like something where they're literally stalking you for your butt. And it's so weird and strange that you're harassing someone because of their butt and what it represents from their culture or their sexual life. Especially if you're fluid and have a big butt. They're like, oh my God, what are you doing with that big booty? And you're just like, back off. Some of them are literally sexually harassing you at work. And when you reveal your fluid sexuality, they'll be like, oh, you're very protected here. There's no discrimination at work on these premises. Like something where you have to prescribe the law, refer them to the law. Okay? You have to show a lot of composure because there's so many people that see your pants and start acting crazy. It's like, what are you, getting unhinged about someone's pants for? Calm down. These people are literally hyper aroused. Calm down. You're literally discording about someone's working their occupation. You keep obsessing about their D. What? Stop. Are you okay? Some of these people literally have mental health issues, behavioral health issues, sexuality issues, sexual dysfunction. You're literally ill on the news broadcasting, trying to comment and body type when you're literally ill about something. We're not the ones ill. So you're something that you need to take responsibility for. The Five of Pentacles, poor things. Okay, what gets revealed about you, especially if these were some of the people that wanted A, or some of the people who wanted to, there's a whole division, against big booties, and we're already marginalized to begin with. So why create extra division if it's already representing a small group, right? It's so weird that they that it's a black and white issue when there's so many more whites and off whites, like Hispanics and people from different cultures that could be white passing, making an issue. You clearly represent the dominant culture and the wealth, and you're still mad about a black person working their occupation. And a lot of the, a lot of, it's like, especially whatever you might not even be black, but your big booty working occupation, is literally creates so much division and hardship because they become unhinged about your body type. This is true poverty here, okay? And some of you guys, you just receive protection because there's people, where they respect you. The Magician reverse, yeah, they just feel like they're not enough, right? They're like, oh, with your big butt, you make me feel so scarce, and like, they see somebody whipped about you, they see someone, that loves your big butt, and some of you guys, it's not even that big, but it's like they create such a hardship because of your body type, and you're already a small marginalized group, friend. You already look different than everybody else. Some of you guys are tall, you can have big booties, you can have, darker skin, wear bigger hair, you know what I'm saying? And it's something that you're literally there trying to learn, make it, earn a living. And you're already, you guys already have the power and already have the dominance. So why do you need to oppress further? I think that's the strangest thing of all, okay? That's true poverty. You're the one, right? You might be a dominant culture, but it's so many of you that just are lacking in a big way. So, especially if you need to comfort someone's body type. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles, you're fine, okay? You're the, these other people working their occupation are the ones that are kind of like losing, creation, losing wealth, okay? Some of them, they try to compete for your partner, and your partner is very cold, detached, and doesn't honor them. Aminati doesn't honor them, okay? So what are you continuing to, like, stalk us for? Like, why do you keep, like, they just don't want to, they don't have closure because you decided not to work with your occupation with them, okay? You decided not to give them an opportunity. Your partner also, you and your person just hit a milestone around this situation where you're isolated, alienated, or typecasted because of your body type or your race. And these other people try to create a discord or try to stop something in a way, or try to stop a creation from manifesting, but it didn't work out, okay? You weren't working with those people in the occupation, and your partner wasn't either. So they were very delusional, created a big hardship around your milestones. You guys are representing like a rich tradition here, especially of fluidity, of blending of families, blending of heritage, culture. Something about you guys, you could be hitting milestones around, together evolving an ancestral problem, because a lot of you guys, you were trying to phase out the big booty, you were trying to maybe even try to like assimilate into the dominant culture. Some of these people with the Ten of Pentacles, with the Five of Pentacles, this is someone that's getting punished for fighting, okay, or doing something negative towards you. When you were your fluidity or your protected statuses, they were discording about your protected statuses. Like these news broadcasters or these senior politicians, there's going to be a big breakdown here, okay, where you're the one hitting milestones, and healing some body typing that they did, okay? And if they were body typing you, they were not the ones getting honored with the King of Swords reverse. Your partner is very cold. Some of you guys, your partner harms them and manipulates them on purpose, okay? Or sends them subliminals to harm them. They're the ones that are treated like the animals, not the black people sitting there civilized, working their occupation, already aware of their marginal differences. So like, if a black person is there, they're very, very well respected in this pile, okay? So a lot of people, I'm not going to say just a black person, but you're there with a big booty, you're there. If a big booty made it to this office space, just know that they're there because of their knowledge. And a lot of them are there because, they're there and they're fluid, and they might not be open about that. Or what's revealed is becoming open about that. And I think that leads to a greater security. But it helps them realize, and what's revealed is their deep spiritual poverty, that they were fighting with you because of your body type, and you've just been there as a marginal individual trying to earn a living. Why do you need to further oppress people when you're already the dominance, okay? You guys already phased out the big dangalangs and the big booties, right? And that's just something that you guys probably haven't evolved yet, right? So, this is where you guys learn to respect the marginal people, okay? Because we're actually not fighting you about anything. We're actually trying to get closer to you. We want to be together with you too. And so when you make it about, our body types, that's a really, really deep spiritual poverty. This is like hard as hell, y'all, because you could be, you're around hitting milestones with your occupation, and there are people stalking you, okay? Some of you guys, you hit a milestone around getting these people punished for what they did, okay? Especially if they really injured you. They could have really injured you in a workplace. For others, you have the intuition about the situation, and this is like, even if there's no formal punishment, I think that you guys hit a milestone, and this does not cause you to lose support. Okay, I think that people actually start supporting you more because they see that you're kind of like isolated because of this. Okay, alienated because of your big butt. Okay, or because of being divine feminine. They will hate you. Okay. Especially, whether you have a big butt or not, they're seeing you as a 10 out of 10 friend. Okay. And these other people who were in competition, like group 3, like people were in a secret competition, and they get very cold and detached responses from your partner. They're literally not working with them. Okay, so they're delusional to be doing this, and your partner is just like, your partner actually don't like them. Okay, so when they reveal this about you, your partner will just like really not like them, is what I'm hearing. Okay, especially because you're creative, fertile, soft, still, and calm, and that means the world to them. Okay, you're their everything. Okay, a lot of the times, and there's like a gang of people that stalk you because you're divine feminine to a masculine. Okay, or just in general. Okay, very respected, no matter what body typing they're doing. That doesn't make them get honored anymore. They're just behind the screen trying to fabricate a subliminal because they cannot control their volatile, emotional, deep insecurities about their butt and how they look. Okay, and it's so hard. Blue Jay, yeah, Jay, very blue, big head ass, long head ass. LOL friends, but yeah, it's like something where they're around, like, your intuition. You have the intuition about them, and you're very self-believing in yourself. But I think that it makes it hard as hell because, you're in an environment that's scarce, and you're trying to like do good, earn a living, create something. And what's revealed is this breakdown of the team, of the people working their occupation, but they're the ones losing the security. The good news is that this doesn't make you lose security. This doesn't make you lose their support. Even though you could be struggling with your self-belief because you look so different than the rest of them. Okay, it's just a shame that you guys do that when it's already you already have the dominance. That's really sad. Okay, but a lot of you do learn that it's because they're spiritually poor, or that they're gay, or that they're really insecure about pleasing you. Some of them, they just hate people like you because it reflects some kind of a sexual insecurity that they have. Okay, that's what's about to get revealed about you, group 4. You're the one, with the legacy on top, and they're the ones stalking and not respected, not honored, in a discord by themselves because of an ancestral issue. Some of them do stay loyal at work, but I think that you stop working with them and they're just lacking closure. Okay, let me know how this resonates, friends. Check the comments down below to see how you can get in contact with us, how you can support, give back, shop Cosmic Intelligence, and I'll see you guys in the next one.